Hello, and welcome to another episode of Learn Finnish with me. We just had our celebratory 150th episode last week, and now we're moving on, episode 151. How are you guys doing? Poyu, Lorelei, good to see you both here. Hyvä laskiaististain iltaa, Tyler, Yamut. That's today is, I think in English, called Shrove Tuesday. It maybe has multiple names in English, but let's see what Google Translate gives us. Yeah, Shrove Tuesday. Now, Shrove, that's a weird word. I want to look that up. Where does that come from? Shrove. The simple past of shrive. From Middle English, to decree, to pass judgment. To write. I guess like to scribe. Shrive. To hear or receive a confession of sins. To free from guilt. To absolve. Shrove Tuesday. Yeah, Shrove Tuesday is that the beginning of Lent, right? And then Lent lasts for 40 days until Easter. Is that how it works? Until Easter Sunday? I used to know this, but it's been so long. But yeah. Hey 27, JF, Anka, good to have you guys here. Learn English with me, exactly. Because look, we're just general learners, okay? Let's not get too upset that sometimes we learn English instead of Finnish, but that's how it goes, all right? But I didn't even realize today was Shrove Tuesday. Am I on winter holiday? Not really. No, I don't really have prescribed holidays like that. If as a teacher, I would have been. Yeah, I think one of my friends who's a teacher is on whatever winter holiday right now. But yeah. But wait, Lorelai, moi miten Tyler on viettänyt laskiaista. Is it like how have you spent Shrove Tuesday? Olen syönyt jotain laskiaispullia ja juonut illalla yhden oluen. You're saying I ate something, or I ate some Shrove Tuesday buns, right? That's interesting. Laskiaispulla. I'm gonna look to see if it's in the dictionary. Laskiaispulla. Yeah, there you go. That is the semla. A pastry with a cream and almond paste or jam jelly filling, traditionally eaten on Shrove Tuesday. Kysymys laskiaispullan täytteestä Hill vai mantelimassa jakaa mielipiteitä. It is divisive. Mielipiteitä. Semla. I've never heard of this word. Let's look up, learn English with me. From Swedish semla, ultimately from Latin semila, finest quality wheat flour, through Old Swedish. Oh, and okay, I guess it is related then to semolina, which is another type of wheat. Or it's like coarse grains produced at an intermediate stage of wheat flour milling. Okay. But yeah, semla. Pastry with a cream and almond paste. Sweden, Finland, and Estonia. Is it really only in Sweden, Finland, and Estonia? For some reason, I thought it would be more widespread, or there would just be like other versions of it in like Germany. I lived in France, but I don't remember there being... There must have been, but maybe, I don't know. These things just happen. It's easy to like not to pay attention. I had other concerns than observe. I guess I mean, well, okay. To be fair, the French people are obsessed with their pastries, so I guess I don't really have an excuse here. But I was not personally obsessed. All right, so I had other stuff I was doing, I suppose. But yeah. Oh, and you also said yeah, you will nyt illalla yhden oluen, and I drank, and I'm drinking now this evening one beer. Typos incoming. Thank you, Lorelai. uh, and wait, you're annoyed that Svenska Yle not having news about Fastlaskiainen in Åbo today. Students only celebrate in Helsinki. What? What is the Fastlaskiainen? A fast, doesn't that mean a feast in Swedish? Is this? Or is it this? Yeah, it's the Swedish word, I suppose. Ostlag means Shrovetide. And Lent. Yeah. Ah, really interesting. I do enjoy these old words. I feel like that's one of the things in, at least in like Europe, because Christianity was so influential and still is so influential in European culture. All the languages have like really interesting words for, like, I don't know, Christian holidays and Christian feasts and everything. Like we have this other one called like Maundy. Maundy Thursday. Yeah, Maundy Thursday. I always forget, what does Maundy mean? Middle English Maundy derives from Old French Maunde, from Latin mandatum, in reference to the phrase mandatum novum do vobis, a new commandment I give unto you. Maundy Thursday is Commandment Thursday, the Thursday before Easter, which commemorates the Last Supper. That's, yeah. What a weird word that just exists, you know? But I love that it has this really interesting history. I also like that in Middle English and Old English they use this letter, the thorn, for th. The Thursday. This represented the th sound or whatever. But anyways, okay, I'm getting sidetracked from learning Finnish, but you know what? It's a worthy sidetrack. How are you guys doing? I have to admit, I've been feeling so tired today. I think it's because I went into Helsinki yesterday. And so I was kind of busy, met up with a friend, and I didn't get back too late, but I just didn't fall asleep very easily, I suppose. And then I've just been, yeah, I don't know. I think it's sometimes you just have tired days, and it doesn't have to have a reason. You know, your body keeps the score. And now I needed to rest a little bit more. So I haven't really done much for Shrove Tuesday. But yeah. Oju says, en ole itse syönyt laskiaispullaa sitten kouluvuosien, kun en niistä niin välitä. Wait, well, you said you haven't eaten any semla, I guess is the English word, the laskiaispulla. Sitten. Sitten is like then. Kouluvuosien, the school year, kun en niistä niin välitä. I thought välitä means like to select. Huh. I got lost in the second half of your sentence. Let me see what Google can do. I haven't eaten a slushy. What is that? Where does Google get a slushy? Since my school days. Ah, okay. Sitten in this case means like since my school days. So I don't really care for them. Ah, okay. En niistä niin välitä. Niistä is them. Niin välitä is like to not It's like prefer, to not care for them. Something like that. But anyways, yes. Swedes call it semla. And in Finnish Swedish, that translates into sampula. Sampula. Fastlagsboll. Wait, in Denmark they say something else? Or did I look up the Danish word or something by accident? Raspberry jam and cream is superior. Lorelei has a strong opinion. Wiktionary already warned me that there is a strong divide over what to fill a laskiaispulla with. And oh, okay, yeah. Fasta is to do a fast for Lent. Lent is also a weird word in English. Where does that come from? Lent. I didn't capitalize it. Shortened form of Lenten from Old English. I forgot the pronunciation rules of Old English when you have this kind of thing. I guess it would just be Lengthen. But anyways, spring, as in a season into which the days lengthen. It has the same root for lengthen. Lent. I am looking forward to spring. I am looking forward to going on my runs and not having to take 20 minutes to put on enough layers of clothing before going out. Okay, 20 minutes is maybe an exaggeration, but honestly, it is so exhausting because you have to wear these like tight layers. And it's just like, they get caught on each other and you're putting them on and it's so annoying. Oh, it's going to feel so good in the summer when I can just go out with shorts and a t-shirt. Free. Okay, and I messed up one of the words here. Valita versus valita. That is a good thing to look up. Let me look up these words. Valita. Valita in Finnish means to choose, to select, right? That was the word I was thinking of. But the word you used was valita, right? To take care of, to worry about, to bother oneself about, to care for or to be fond of with the elative, right? Valitan sinusta. I care about you. And here you were saying niistä, niin välitä. En niistä niin välitä. I don't care for them. I don't really care for them. And okay. 27, you need a 6-month holiday twice a year. It's a tough world out there, I'll tell you. But Denmark also does something similar with the they also have a kind of laskiaispulla. Is that because we only Wiktionary or whatever said only Sweden, Finland, and Estonia, but other countries maybe do something similar. I mean, obviously, right? We do something similar in parts of America, or Shrove Tuesday is better known as Mardi Gras, right? Today is Mardi Gras. Yeah. Shrove Tuesday, the day when traditionally all fat and meat in the house were finished up, before Christians were banned from eating them during Lent, which commenced the following day on Mercredi des Cendres. I didn't know this was the origin. Is that where Mardi comes from? Because it's Mercredi des Cendres, Mardi Gras. I thought gras would mean fat. Like that's what it means. I think kind of what it means in French, right? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, the last day of a carnival, traditionally the celebration immediately before the start of Lent, when joy could be out of place for Christians. Mardi Gras. Let me click on this. Borrowed from French. Mardi Gras. Literally Fat Tuesday. So, okay, I created a fake etymology just now when I said mercredi. Mercredi means Wednesday. Mardi is Tuesday. I should know the days of the week, right? I don't know. Yeah, it's been a while since I spoke French, all right. Yeah, the following day, Ash Wednesday. There is something I think really nice about having the calendar with these seasons of life, because knowing that you have Lent coming up, a time of fasting, I don't want to say it justifies, but it encourages a sort of celebratory spirit the day before, right? Like now if you're gonna get fat, now is the time to do it, you know? And it's nice to have, I don't know, seasons for that kind of stuff. When everyone can get together and do all that. You prefer marzipan. What is marzipan? Is this how it's spelled? March pain? What? Borrowed from German, from Italian, marzapane. Believed to be with influence from pane, bread, derived from Arabic, spice box. Whoa, okay. Yeah, a confection made from paste or almonds, nut, and egg white as a binder. Almond sugar and egg white. Wait, well, fruit-shaped marzipan at a market in Florence. Oh, okay. It's like a type of a confection. I guess I don't know if it would be a candy or a pastry. Anyways, whatever. We're getting off track, okay? But it's of interest and it is timely. Vadelma, by the way. Wait, Vadelma. That means raspberry, right? Yeah. Vadelma. Yeah. Yeah, mercredi is Wednesday. Lundi, mardi, mercredi. That's as far as your French goes, Lorelai. Well, your French went further than mine. I had a brain fart. Or I do know pete. J'ai pete. In French, that means I farted. And that's like Chat GPT. Every time you say Chat GPT in French, you're saying cat, I farted. Chat GPT. We kind of lost the fast with Protestantism, but we kept the carnival feeling. Look, you gotta give it to the Catholics. They know how to party, all right? Mardi Gras in Louisiana is insane. It's crazy. Well, but Louisiana is just crazy in general, all right? I don't know if the Catholicism is what cultivated it. It might just be coincidental, but yeah, because you could go there for any holiday and they're crazy. July 4th especially, with all the fireworks. I've never seen a whole subculture of America that is so obsessed with pyrotechnics. But as a little boy growing up, I grew up in mostly in Texas, and so we would go visit, you know, my that side of the family in Louisiana, and it was so fun. But looking back at that, I'm like, man, I am so glad I didn't have an accident. Like, because we would play with fireworks as little kids, and now looking back, I was like, I don't know, that was actually really dangerous what we were doing. We could have like blown our fingers off. somehow I don't know, we avoided that. So maybe that's some good luck in my life. We often feel the, what is it, the headwinds instead of the tailwinds. Maybe that's a tailwind in my life, that I escaped Louisiana with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but it is crazy. People will set up firework stands in the street made of PVC pipe. They will build custom firework stands because they buy so many fireworks, and they just launch them all up in the street. And in the morning the next day, people go out with their leaf blowers to clear the street. And I mean, because everything is covered in this like white ash and dust from the fireworks exploding. Like, man, that must. It's like, I think Louisiana has like the highest cancer rates in America. I think a lot of this has to do with whatever chemical companies that were based there and have been polluting for a long time. But also maybe there's something to do with all of the firework dust that people inhale on a yearly basis. I don't know. But no, seriously, there is an area in Louisiana called Cancer Alley. And people have to like leave because the ground in the rivers are so polluted with carcinogens from these chemical companies that it's really sad. But okay, anyways, guys, that was fun. A fun little diversion. I mean, who wants to learn Finnish when we can do other stuff? I can ramble about Louisiana. Hey, you guys, you better be taking notes, because you never know, a year or 2 years from now, when we have episode 200, I might have another Kahoot quiz, and I'll be like, Louisiana this or that, I don't know. You better take notes for the quiz. Your yearly exam. You have 10 questions to prove yourself. But yes, okay, so here we do have in the news, Laskiainen, Shrove Tuesday. Hoitajalakko. Hoitajalakko. I got mixed up where the one word ended and one word began. But yeah, hoitaja means a helper. Or in this case, I think it means a nurse, right? A caretaker. Maybe hoitaja can also be any type of caretaker, not just like medical nurses. Like there could be others maybe included. I don't know. You tell me. Because like in English, a nurse is usually someone who has some medical training. Whereas a caretaker in English can include like anybody, a family member with no medical training who just helps on, helps watch their parents, or helps with, I don't know, caretaking, basic stuff that isn't medical. The non-medical stuff, I suppose. Although I guess they could still help with like, making sure their parents take their medicines and whatnot. Yeah. Yeah, I originally said a hoita jalakko. I was wondering, I was like, what's a jalakko? And wait, what lakko means a strike. So a strike of nurses. So I assume it must be the nurses and not just general caretakers, but like professional caretakers. And here we've got työ uupumus. Now I don't know what uupumus means, but I know työ means work. But I don't know. Something to do with work or labor. We'll get there. The Speedway. Speedway. Sounds almost like it's a yes. It's the Speedway. It's not the Speedway. It's the Okay, look. I am getting to that age where I will be making dad jokes that even I cringe at, all right? That's just how it is. It was always this way, no matter what my age was, let's be honest. And then we also have, yeah, we already translated that, Shrove Tuesday, and then Wednesday weather. Okay. Hold on, wait. Let me take a quick second. New movie, Strike of Nurses. But yeah, the hoitajalakko, the nurse strike. Aluksi lakko-uutinen. First, the news about the strike. Yksityisellä sosiaalipalvelualla on alkanut työnseissaus, eli lyhyt lakko. Okay, this is a difficult sentence for me. I should know the word. What is it? Yksityisellä. Yksityisesti. I've heard that word before. But something about social services in the social service sector has begun a work työnseissaus. Does seissaus mean like a pause? Eli lyhyt lakko. So a small strike. Lakko kestää 3 päivää. The strike is lasting 3 days. Right. The palvelu alalla. Oh, they missed. There was a typo here. Okay. Yeah. Somehow I still got it. I still got that it meant like alue sector, in the sector. But yeah, there's a typo there. It shouldn't be alla. It should be alalla. See, this is why Finnish just doesn't sound like a real language. It's not alla, it's alalla. All right, okay. I need let's double check. What was this? A work stoppage or short strike has begun at a private social service. In the private social service sector. Actually, hold on. Let's fix the typo and see if it does it better. Yeah. Has begun in the private social services sector. The strike will last 3 days. Right. Lakossa on palvelukotien ja hoivakotien henkilökuntaa Pohjois-Suomessa. Hold on a second. It's like service homes and care homes personnel or staff. Yeah, it's like it in the strike or participating in the strike are the staffs, the personnel of these different types of homes, the palvelukoti and the hoivakoti. I don't actually know what the difference is. and it's in Pohjois-Suomessa, which is a region of Finland. Or I think, wait, in northern Finland. Or is it actually something else I'm thinking of? Here, let's. Yeah, just in northern Finland. So not specifically just Lapland or what, but it could be across multiple counties. That's what I was trying to decide. I'm like, wait, is that a name of a county? I don't think so. But yeah, the strike involves staff from care homes and nursing homes. Okay. I just translated this as service homes because that's what that's how it literally would translate. Palvelu, right? Means like service. Yeah, Lorelai, you translate it as striking R. Yeah, the staffs. Youth homes and safe homes for victims of violence. Oh, on the next sentence, you're giving me help, Lorelai. Thank you. Lakossa on myös nuorisokotien ja turvakotien henkilökuntaa ympäri maata. Yeah, in the strike are also youth service homes and but what was this one you translated? Safe homes. Oh yeah, turva means like safe. Safe homes. Staffs. The staffs of these different homes. What is this? Ympäri maata. I should know what ympäri means, but I don't. Across the country. Ah. Yeah, ma means country. So ympäri. And oh, I do remember this now. I know it as around. So around the country, across the country. Yeah. Yeah. Ympäri ämpäri. Yksityisellä sosiaalipalvelualalla, they got it correct here, on alkanut lakko, joka kestää 3 päivää. So yeah, in the private social service sector, a strike has begun, which will last 3 days. Hoitajat palaavat töihin perjantaina. Nurses are returning to work on Friday. Right? Lakon syy on riita palkoista. The reason for the strike is the salaries. Sufficient. Riita. Does that mean sufficient? Why do I feel like it's riita with an a? But maybe it has something to do with palko. Or is it palka? And because it's plural, does it become palkoi? Palkoista? Is it palka or palko? I don't know, the singular. A dispute over wages. Okay. Yeah. So I was right to be suspicious that this does not mean enough. Yeah, Lorelai's like, nope. Look, 27, I'm never going to be able to pronounce these double letters so perfectly, all right? There's, like, it's just a jumble. There's a reason that Tolkien based Elvish off of Finnish. Because no human in their right mind would talk like this, okay? You have to be an elf of the fairy realm to come up with this kind of stuff, all right? Now, you can take that as a compliment, all right? But yeah. Nyt uutinen työhyvinvoinnista. Now the news about work. It's like well-being. Is that kind of the workplace well-being? I don't know. How did they translate it here? I say they. Google. How does Google translate it? Now for some news about workplace well-being. There we go. Yeah. La 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 la. Palko is a pod for peas or such. Ah, okay. Palka with an A is a salary. And then a palko is a pea pod. 2 peas in a pod. How do I say that? Cox Hatternet. Palkossa. How about that? Cox Hatternet palkossa. Is that a saying in Finnish? And it's palkka with 2 Ks. Oh my gosh. That's the great thing about Finnish. Once you think you got the right answer, you're probably still wrong. You're probably not even realizing how wrong you are. It's a double K. Palossa. Oh, see, I was even wrong there. It makes sense though. Like, I can understand Finnish when someone. Well, no, I was gonna say I can understand it when someone else does the hard work of actually making the words fit the grammar, but that's not even true. Okay, I think I understand though why palka has 2 Ks. It undergoes consonant gradation when we add the ending, right? And it's plural, so it becomes it goes from palka to palkoista. Whereas palko is just a pod. When we add the ending, for example, this same ending, it would then become paloista because there's only 1 K. So that K degrades or just disappears, right? Am I right? Paloissa. Right. Thank you, Anka, for helping here with palossa in a pod. We lost 2 peas in the fire, LOL. Wait, what? What's that a reference to? I don't get that. Hey, Juha, what's up? Welcome in. Onko helpot selko-uutiset tänään? You're basically saying, is the Selco news easy today, right? And the answer is sort of. How do I say sort of? Like, how would I respond to this sentence, right? If you were to say, here, wait, I'll put what you wrote here. And you're saying, onko helpot selko-uutiset tänään, right? Is there any easy news today? Although I feel like you're asking not that, is there any easy news? You're just asking if the clear news is easy today. Or maybe, I don't know. Actually, maybe this is I could be wrong. My translation might be incorrect. I translate it that way because sometimes the selko-uutiset is hard. Today, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Ships have a palkokeula bulbous bow. What? Palossa is in the fire. Oh, okay, that's the joke. That's the joke. I get it. Thank you. Because what's the word for a fire? Palo? There's so many words for fire. Or maybe there's not. Maybe there's only a few, but I just feel like fire can be confused with other words for like wind, right? Yeah, Lorelai says it's easy for Tyler. Well, at the speed that I'm translating and the rate of mistakes that I'm making, I don't know if easy is the way I would describe how I stumble through the Finnish language. I suppose I stumble through it easily. The stumbling part comes very easy to me, actually. It's the most natural thing to do. Tulipalo, thank you. Is a tulipalo like a bonfire, a really big fire? Or could it refer to a small fire as well? All right. Now, I don't know. What is this uupumus? I've been wanting to translate this, but something to do... Well, workplace well-being. So I'm going to guess that uupumus maybe means like burnout, the opposite of well-being. Oh my god. I'm a genius. I used my higher level logic. I am so smart. I do have to admit, it gave me really an absurd amount of joy that I did actually guess what the answer was. It's like guessing on an exam, and you're like, oh, I don't know, but the previous question's answer was C, so I'm not going to guess C again. I'm just going to eliminate option C. So it's either A, B, or D, and it's probably not going to be A, because that's the first answer. Like, totally irrational, but like some... Well, I guess I did use some actual logic and context clues to figure it out. This word, actually, this is the word that gave it away, because it told me the next piece of news was about well-being. I learned in 2026. I learn a lot from my mistakes. I think it's time to make a few more. Exactly. All right. Calculated mistakes. All right. You got to make mistakes to find out. It's not fire as you've translated it, the tulipalo. It's not just a fire, it's a fire, a big fire. I mean, you could say in English a fire, and it would mean something different than just a fire, right? It's in the context of like you're talking to somebody and they were like, was it a fire or a fire? Because you could be like, oh, if it was maybe a small fire that wasn't dangerous, that's just a fire. But a fire is a legit fire to be worried about, or maybe it could just be like a cool fire, like a fire that is impressive. It's called, there's a linguistic concept for this in English called reduplication, where you say the word twice and it has some it creates a new meaning for it, or it creates, I don't know, a special emphasis on it. It's used, I think, most famously in the Office. I don't know, maybe this isn't the most famous use, but it's a very popular use. The part where Michael is falling in love with Holly, and he's like, he's like, I love you. And she's like, do you love me or do you love me? And he's like, I love you. And of course he's doing this dramatically in front of the whole office, and everyone is like, oh my gosh. And then of course Holly is happy to hear that she loves him back. There's something also very childish about it. Like, it's something that children do, especially in English, to use reduplication in this way of like talking about, do you like him or do you like him? You know, like, do you have a crush on him, or you just like him as a friend or whatever? Uupumus really sounds like what it means. Minulla on uupumus. I have burnout. It does actually sound really tiring. Even just saying the word uupumus. Oh. Yeah, we have covered it several times. Okay, I have brought up this topic before. You know, what's the expression? An old dog just doing the same tricks for you guys. And you use it saying koti koti. That's right, you go to your koti koti. Is that in Turku, Lorelei? Your home where your parents live. Not the home that you currently live in, like wherever as an adult on your own, but you're koti koti. But yeah, and okay, Yuha, thank you. You responded that I was right about your message earlier. That you asked if the Selko Uti set is easy for me today. And you might answer, aika helpot. Here, I'll write this down. Aika helpot, which means kinda easy, pretty easy. Or if you want to be young and hip, you can say iha perus, meaning kinda. Very basic. Very basic. This is kind of dismissive. Okay. Yeah. Like, Juha, don't bother me. Don't bother me with your basic Finnish questions. Can't you see I'm a high-level Selko Utiset master? All right, Finnish. Finnish has nothing on me. Okay, let's continue this. Työhyvin vointia parannetaan usein väärillä keinoilla. I'll admit I was... Something about, okay, workplace well-being parannetaan. Does this mean it's being improved? Because it's the passive tense. And I feel like paranne means to improve. But I don't know if I'm right. Parannetaan usein väärillä keinoilla. Often, väri. I thought that means a color. But no, that's with one a. Not väärillä. And I don't, what is keino? Keinoilla. Näin sanovat asiantuntijat. So the experts say. Well-being at work is often improved through the wrong means, experts say. So workplace well-being is often improved through the wrong means. Väärin. Yeah, parantaa is improve or heal. Yeah. Yeah, väärin is a color. But in this case, it means, like, wrong, right? I should have known that, because I'm wrong most of the time. I should know the word for wrong, väärin. Isn't there also the word for grandpa that's very similar to this? That's like vari? I don't know. Työterveyslääkäri Eira Roos sanoo, että virkistyspäivät, liikuntaedut ja työsuhde pyörä eivät yksin paranna työhyvinvointia. Okay, it'll take me a second here to... Väärä is wrong. Väärällä, väärillä. I'm lost, Lorelai. Here, wait. I'm gonna ask Google Translate to deal with this. Wrong with wrong with wrong. Okay, yeah. So I think they're meant to be separate. It's not meant to be like one sentence that I was thinking it was like a play on words or some sort of tongue twister, but maybe it's not meant to be like that. Anyways, the work health doctor, that terveys is health. Workplace health doctor Eira Roos says that virkistyspäivä, so some type of day, liikuntaedut. Why do I feel like whenever I see liik like this, I think of travel. I think of traffic or transport. Maybe it has to do with the commute to and from work. I don't know. And työsuhde Oh, I should know what suhre means. Doesn't this mean like an option? An option, maybe. Or a proposal? No, I don't know. And then pura. Okay, wait. Does this mean a bicycle? Or is that pura? Pura. Pura. One means round. Pauta is a table. I have to rule out all the words that look and sound exactly the same as this, with one letter difference. Pura. Doesn't that mean a bicycle? Why would there be a work option bicycle? What? Eivät yksin paranna. Do not alone improve workplace well-being. I should know this, edut. But I don't know. Oh, liikunta is exercise. Ah, okay. And pyörä is a bike. The work relationship bike. What the hell is that? You Finnish people are just... All right, you're going too far. You've gone too far with the work-life balance. All right, if you have a relationship with your bicycle at the office, this is too much, okay? Yeah. Recreation days. Okay, that was what virkistyspäivät. Recreation days. Exercise benefits. Edut is benefits. Liikunta edut. And employee bicycles. How does that mean employee? I thought employee was työntekijä. Let me see what Google does with this. Employee bike. Employment relationship. Why is the bike the employment relationship bike? Vari color, varin wrong, varin grandpa's, varina vibration, very blood. Yep, there's a lot to unpack to disambiguate. The bike benefit. Yeah. Well, wait a second. You know what? What is an employee bicycle? What the hell is that? I've never heard of a company giving employees bicycles. Is that a thing? You get to use a bike as a benefit. If you, for example, have a kind of long commute, but not that long, if car doesn't make sense, maybe bike does. What does it mean, the benefit? Do you get the bicycle, or do you get a benefit like a payment for using your own bicycle? You get a sum to buy a bike. Some sort of tax or price deduction for buying a bike for commuting. Or lease it. The system was abolished by this government. Okay. I see. There's also a car benefit. Okay. The bike benefit. Ne eivät estä ihmisen uupumista. They are not something But yeah, they do not do something for people's burnout. They do not prevent burnout. Is that what it means? Yeah, they do not prevent a person from becoming exhausted. Estää, to prevent. Noin 25% ihmisistä on vaarassa uppua työpaikoille. Työpaikoilla. Around 25% of people on vaarassa. Did we have this word earlier? We had värillä. And now we have this word, vaarassa. Is this a grandpa? Are people having burnouts with their grandpas? Yeah. Something about 25% of people on vaarassa. Is it like they've reported burnout in the workplace? Is that what it means? Are at risk of burnout at work. Okay. Vaara is danger or fell. Ah, okay. Oh my god. Where, Juha, you forgot to include that in your list of all the varying words. I blame you. All right. I take note. That's the first thing you should know in life. Life skills, getting ahead. Never take accountability or responsibility, even when it's obvious that you were in the wrong. I'm kidding, all right? Jeez. That was a joke. It's kind of funny for an American to not understand the concept of a bike. Shut up, all right? It is kind of funny that, I don't have a car in Finland, but I also don't have a bike. I never bought a bike here. I've thought about it, but I also kind of feel like I don't really need a bike because I can walk everywhere I need to. Like, I don't need to commute that far. And if I did get a bike, it would just be for fun, like to ride around. It wouldn't be because I really need it for day-to-day stuff. And when I lived in the city center, I just paid for the city bikes. It was so cheap. It was like 30 euros, unlimited use of the city bikes. That's pretty much the only season. Oh, I shouldn't say that. There are plenty of people who cycle through winter. But realistically, for me at least, I only would need the bike around Helsinki whenever I needed it, right? So that's how I would just use those city bikes instead of trying to deal with my own bike. So yeah, I don't have a bike here. But yeah. Vaarassa means in danger, and varassa is in reserve. This is in the Finnish language needs to chill out. All right, you got too many words in close proximity to each other. All right, they're too similar. And vaarallinen means dangerous. Vaara is also a small hill. Oh my gosh. How am I? 27, you're thinking of getting an e-bike next summer. Yeah, it would be fun, of course. And I think cycling probably would be good as sort of cross training with all the running that I do. Yeah, there are some really good cycling trails around Helsinki. But I noticed that actually in Helsinki, I feel like Helsinki is still behind in, like, especially some of the old streets in the city center. Sadly, and I've been harping about this, we still have street level parking, and it annoys me so much. There's just no reason to have cars like polluting the physical space of the city, especially when you think about all the bike lanes or even just like the pedestrian area that this could be. People could have like little gardens there, but no, we still have to park cars there for some reason on both sides of the street. And so actually there are areas where it's just not safe to really ride a bike because buses go up and down these really narrow streets as well. And yeah, I mean, it's not that dangerous. It's not that Vadalinen, if I may, relatively speaking, compared to like riding a bike in Houston, right? But, but yeah, it annoys me. Varas are the hills in Lapland which have forest all the way. Okay, a type of hill that is forested. And then if the hill goes above the tree line, then they're called tuntori, which I think in English we would translate as a fell. So the top of the hill is bare. Sähköpyörä, an electric bike. The word for hill, vara, comes from Sami languages and is a cognate for the Finnish vuori. Ah, yeah. What is the Korkeavuoren katu, right? Is that the name of the street that runs through Helsinki that goes up the big hill? It's like High Hill Street, or like, I guess, Tall Mountain Street. I feel like High Hill Street sounds better in English, but vuori is like more of a mountain than just a hill in Finnish, right? In Finnish language, never invent a new word, just use a compound word. For example, a computer, that is a tietokone, the knowledge machine. If you must invent a new word, just take an existing word and change one word. Yeah, change one letter. There are varassa all over Finland, like Koli, yeah. I've never been to Koli. I feel like there's still so much of Finland I haven't seen. I should start planning more trips out to like the national parks. Unless you're a bit down, then it would be a High Hill Street Blues. Oh, and Helion, welcome in. Good to have you here. We don't really have mountains, but we have more mountains than Denmark, right? Yeah. Not as much as Norway. Or take a word from Swedish and add an I at the end. Yeah, or English at this point. Okay, wait, let's finish this, and then we'll wrap up, because we're already past an hour. We've already been streaming an hour. Where were we? I think it was this one, right? Työuupumuksen syy on usein se, että työ on järjestetty huonosti tai johtaminen on huonoa. Workplace burnout. The reason for burnout is often because työ on järjestetty, work is organized poorly, or johtaminen, leadership on huonoa, is bad. Does this mean leadership? Yeah, like johtaja is a leader. Johtaminen. Leadership. Or in this, it could be more like the leading, the leading of the company. But in English, you wouldn't say that. It's the leadership of the company. The cause of burnout is often that the work is poorly organized or the management is poor. Yeah. The managing of people is poor. Johtaminen. Työhyvinvointia parannetaan usein väärillä keinoilla. Yeah, we had this sentence earlier, but yeah. What is it? Workplace well-being is often improved through the wrong with the wrong means or the wrong ways. Asiantuntijat sanovat, että työhyvinvointia parantaa eniten se, että työpaikalla muutetaan työn rakenteita ja järjestelyjä. Oh my gosh. That's a mouthful. Järjestelyjä. So experts say that workplace well-being improves more that it improves most if työpaikalla, if the workplace muutetaan työn, if in the workplace something is changed, like the work is changed, or the hold on, wait. This rakenteita, the construction of work, and something to do with like the execution and organization of work is changed in the workplace. Okay, I don't know if I feel like I might not have translated that very well, but it was some good guesses at least. Experts say that the most important way to improve well-being at work is to change the structures and arrangements of work in the workplace. Okay. Yeah. These are nouns, the structures, right? Rakenta is a structure, right? Rakennus, a building. Rakenteita, structures. And järjestelyjä. What was it? The structures and arrangements. To change the structures and arrangements of work in the workplace. I feel like I learned nothing from this. Like, I don't feel like I learned anything from this. They're like, oh, employee bicycles don't prevent a person from becoming exhausted, but the way to improve is to change the structures and arrangements of work. But how? Yeah. I don't know. To me, that's kind of like saying, like, the way to get to Mars is to launch a rocket. It's like, well, duh. Like, obviously. But how do you actually launch the rocket? That's the hard part. That requires a lot of math and science, you know. Thanks for the non-help. It's like the best way to feel better is to do those things that would make you feel better. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Thanks for that. Okay, I get it that it's a summary. I'm sure the experts said maybe more than this. Maybe not, though. Who knows? Execution sounds ominous. It's funny you mentioned that, 27, because I'm at the chapter in the, what is it? The Prisoner of Azkaban. Or no, wait. What is the Harry Potter? I have to look up, what's the title? Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Okay, that is what it's called. The chapter where the griffin, the hippogriff, like, they received the news that they lost the appeal, and so the hippogriff has to be executed. The way it is worded as well, it's like, it sounds so funny that yeah, he's to be executed. His execution date is to be set, all because he scratched Draco Malfoy for being disrespectful towards him or something like this. I don't know. But it made me laugh as well because I was like, this is like a kid's book, and there's like an execution of an animal. It's like it's kind of insane. But yeah. Yeah, it's the Selco version of the news, so yeah. But yeah, Helion, thank you earlier. You said Arakenus is a construction, Rakenne a structure. Both have the struct part in them. Yeah. It basically says don't overwork your staff. Yeah. Lorelai says I expect too much of these news. Well, I want I maybe I'm just annoyed because they could have said something. They could have said something a little more specific. But they were just like I don't know. I feel like the most important information was left out. And instead they just wanted to write about how the certain things at work that are supposed to help well-being aren't as effective or aren't effective on their own, you know. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that those I think that's why I'm annoyed because like people will read this and think, "Oh, then we need to stop giving people recreation days, exercise benefits and employee bicycles." Right? Those are not effective. So let's stop paying for them. But it's like actually, I mean, it is said here that those alone don't improve well-being, but then it doesn't say what else needs to be done. It just says that something else needs to be done in the most generic way possible. And that's what kind of annoys me is that I'm like, come on, you missed the most important piece of the news. It's like Einstein discovers space-time relativity, but he doesn't reveal the equation. He's like, well, look, there's an equation, E equals mc squared, but don't ask me about it. All right. I proved it in my head. Uh, Your girlfriend's place of work does surveys on workers' well-being, and every time the result is worse than before, and every time the employees write what they'd like/need, but nothing is ever done. I'm sorry to hear that. What kind of workplace is it? And rakenta is to build. Yeah, the verb form. You did read the original article, Helion, and it was pretty much exactly what you and your colleagues have been saying for years. You don't want to sing Kumbaya and hold hands during a team event day. Just let us be at home or do our job. Yeah. Helion says, does she work where I work? Sounds like it. Oh, yeah. It's, man. Yeah, burnout is real. Um, but hey, Mirabelle, what's up? Welcome in. You could easily take your 7 weeks of holidays from December forward just to save energy for the long spring. Yep. Gotta rest up, gotta hibernate. It sounds like a normal Finnish workplace. Yeah. The I recently, I say recently, I guess it was a little while ago now, but an art we, one of my articles got published on Finland.fi about the Nokia Design Archive. And reading, and when I went to the archive and talked with the researcher there, it was really fascinating to see all the prototypes that the designers made during this time in the late 90s, early 2000s before smartphones, when mobile phones from Nokia were super popular. And people from the fashion industry were coming to work at Nokia to basically make, to make phones fashionable because, no one else had done it. It was completely new. There was something that like Nokia was pioneering. And of course, there were so many stories from the archive of what the designers' lives were like. And on the one hand, it was very engaging in like fulfilling work on one level, but on the other hand, it was like extremely stressful, and people worked insane hours, very in a way that's like very opposite to the stereotype of the Finnish work-life balance, right? Or not just Finnish, but Nordic work-life balance. Though to be fair, at that point, well, obviously it was a different time. It was a long time ago, maybe before a lot of these workplace work-life balance standards, I guess, were more widely accepted. But it was also more international, right? The Nokia at a certain point became so global, it wasn't really a Finnish product anymore. The phones that were being designed and produced were built by these multinational teams. I think their chief designer was in California, actually. But yeah, really interesting to hear those stories, but also to be like, yeah, they were crazy, working these crazy hours, and then also working on so many projects that never even saw the light of day. They would work on a bunch of different ideas, and there was so much money that Nokia was throwing at the problem, like just make as many ideas as possible. Which I guess is good. I mean, it's cool to get paid to come up with all these great ideas, but then it's really tough emotionally when only like 1 in 10 of the ideas gets actually made into the product, or reaches an end consumer. And that was also cool, looking in the archive at all of these prototypes that were never released. So yeah, actually, if you can read the article on the Finland.fi website about Nokia Design Archive. Yeah, the money for well-being has been cut for a while. You would think there's no money left with the way that the government just keeps cutting and cutting. I feel like the cuts have been happening since I moved to Finland. I feel like I feel like it's only been cut. Has there ever been an increase, or is it just that it doesn't make the news when it gets increased? I don't know. The Casio Design Archive is also very interesting. Oh, I'll have to check it out. Where is that one located? I think the special thing about the Nokia Design Archive is that it was preserved almost by accident. Like all of those prototypes were gonna just be thrown in the trash. But because someone had worked there who then became a professor at Aalto School of Design, was involved and helped, I think actually had started the design archive while she worked at Nokia before moving to Aalto. And then whatever, through a colleague who was still at Nokia during the downsizing, right? When Finland's whatever, a lot of, I don't know the technical, was it the mobile communications division was shut down or something like this? A lot of people were laid off, and the design archive was going to be thrown away, but thankfully it was offered to this professor, and so she brought it to Aalto. And so there's a not a closet, but it's kind of a closet, a very nice closet, where all of this stuff is stored in boxes. Really interesting. The 2008 financial crisis just doesn't end. We're still living in the shadow, right? Nokia designed a pioneering forgotten tablet, the Nokia M510, around 2001, years before modern tablets, but it never released. Yeah, one of the stories I wrote about in the article was about the smartwatch that Nokia designed. The Moonraker, is that what it was called? Yeah, one of the chief designers. The sad thing is that watch was it was like ready to be released. It was even shipped out to different stores, but it was never sold because that was right when Microsoft bought Nokia and shut down the smartwatch, the Moonraker, because of course Microsoft had their own smartwatch they wanted to sell, and they didn't want to have, a competing product. Like that was the whole point of why they bought Nokia. to, I guess, stifle the competition for their own products. And yeah, I mean, I guess the only point, but one of the outcomes was that the Moonraker was shut down. And a really interesting story is that this designer took his team to the beach in Espoo, and near where the Nokia whatever headquarters is or was. Is it still there? I can't remember. But yeah, they went to the beach and they had a little funeral for the smartwatch, and they buried the prototype or whatever in the sand for a few minutes. And also they all shared stories of what of like all the memories that they made working on this product together over the course of like 2 years. So that seemed like it was a really cathartic experience for them. And that came from an interview that's in the archive as well. That was really interesting. But yeah. Oh, what is this? Mirabelle, you said täytyy vähän mainostaa maitohappobakteerit, kun on kyseessä yleisvaltainen terveys. Toimii. Something works. A little. Wait, täytyy. Like you should. What? Mainostaa. Does that mean to taste something, some type of milk bacteria? I don't know what happo is, but when it's kyseessä, I don't know that. Yleisvaltainen terveys. Okay, I'm gonna need some help here. Hold on. Mirabelle, I'm gonna translate it. And by me, I mean Google. We need to promote lactic acid bacteria a little when it comes to universal health. It works. I don't know. I haven't heard about this. Okay, my thought is to taste. Okay, I thought you were maybe suggesting I should try something. I was thinking about laskiaispulla, and maybe you had a certain type of laskiaispulla or something. But lactic acid bacteria. I produce enough lactic acid in my body from all the running. But no, I get what you mean. There's a lot that goes into nutrition and whatever. Your gut microbiome and everything. Yeah, better not get into advertising, Helion. Wait, what do you mean? Me? I'm not good at advertising. I'm too honest. So yeah. Anyways, okay. I'm going to wrap up the stream here, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for helping me along my Finnish learning journey. I really appreciate it. And yeah. I'm zoning out for a second. I was just thinking because I was thinking about when I want to take the Uki exam. I've been meaning, I keep forgetting. I need to check the dates, and because you also have to sign up by a certain time. And I feel like if I put that on the schedule, it could motivate me to be more disciplined in studying and preparing specifically for that exam. I think it would be fun to do some challenges where I only speak Finnish, like for a full day. Like even my own thoughts, I have to try and think in Finnish. Maybe, I mean, obviously you can't like force your brain like to not have your thoughts in your native language, like, but like, you know, genuinely try and maybe do it in a way where I fill my day with certain activities that are geared towards, you know, practicing Finnish in different contexts. I think that could be kind of fun. I mean, I don't know, fun might not be the right word, but I feel like I do need that higher intensity language exercise, especially if I want to take an exam where I'm like under pressure to speak the language and to understand the spoken language when it's spoken at a natural pace, maybe even at a slightly faster than normal pace. So yeah, that's what I would need to do. But yeah. At what time did I start? Oh, we do the Learn Finnish with Me stream every Tuesday starting at 7 p.m. All right, 7 p.m. Finland time. And other days I stream Stardew Valley, the Stardew Valley Granny Challenge. By the way, now is the time to join the challenge because we are at the most difficult part of the challenge on Sunday. I don't know if you noticed, I was streaming for 7 hours. We did not progress a single day in the game. We had to keep resetting the day because we're at Skull Cavern, and I need to get a lot of resources from Skull Cavern, and it's extremely difficult to do it without taking any damage. And so I'm constantly resetting, and it's still fun for me, even though it sounds really frustrating. I'm actually having fun with it. I was thinking about it today, and I was like, oh, I want to do a few runs. I want to get back in Skull Cavern and just to see if I can do it, which is a huge achievement if I'm able to do it. So now, if you want to watch me get owned by Skull Cavern's enemies, then yeah, join the stream. I'll probably stream tomorrow because I'm really I'm really invested in the challenge. So. But we do that every Thursday. That's kind of Thursdays are our weekly gaming stream as well. Sometime between 6 and 7, I typically start streaming. But yeah, if you do a day of Finnish, pro tip: if a word doesn't come to you right away, just throw a few vittu and perkele in the mix. Just say a few curse words. I'm sure the examiner at the national language exam won't mind when I'm stalling for time because I can't think of a word, and I'm just spouting out the F word basically. Okay, so wait, Lorelai says the 25th of April is one of the dates, and you need to apply before the 9th of April in Helsinki. No cursing with the elderly though, right? Or yeah, I think I might want to give myself a little more time before the exam. Yeah, he won't mind. He'd be proud. They are part of the language, right, Helion? That's a good point. 25th of April and the 7th of November seem to be the dates this year. Those are the only two dates? No, Lorelai, I remember seeing dates every month. Maybe not every single month. Like maybe in July there's none, but I remember seeing them like. I guess there are different tests on each whatever. So maybe the basic Finnish version of the exam is only on certain days. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe the 25th of April could be a good one. Oh, that's only 2 months away. Yeah, I would like a little more time before, but we'll see. I'll look up the dates and decide. I don't know. Maybe we need to have a Uki celebration party. All right. When I pass the Uki exam, then we all meet up and we party in Finnish. All right. You guys take me out. Give me some really bad koskenkorva or whatever. Never trust a Finn to buy you drinks because they will drink you under the table. Finnish people are very generous with their alcohol. But no. But yeah, the basic level on opintopolku. Okay. Yeah, I'll double check all the dates and decide. You like the idea of Letterman trying to speak Finnish just by adding random I letters to words? Yeah. You would be so ashamed if a curse word would slip your lips in front of an elderly person, Mirabelle. Yeah, I mean, I don't curse in front of elderly. I don't know. It feels It just feels it's not even like moral. Maybe there is some moral aspect to it, but for me it would just feel so uncomfortable. Like it would just be awkward. I just don't want to make things awkward, you know? But yeah, double check the level of the exam, right? Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for following along. We do this every Tuesday, 151 episodes in. Glad to have you guys here. And yeah, have a good rest of your Tuesday. Hope to see you all in the next live stream. Goodbye.